Yes, you can. Yeah, better off here actually. See, I've got
Oh,
the tree
he's
in
just
the way.
dived into the breeze bed.
Hi guys, welcome back to Wild Vlogs, where we'll talk about all things wildlife and all things filmmaking. My voice and my condition is getting better. Thank you for all your wonderful get well wishes. Hides, now they tend to be Marmite for a lot of people. There's good stories and bad stories about hides. There are the wonderful collective stories that we have, the shared moments in nature, where as a group of people, sometimes complete strangers, we can have a wonderful experience and then reflect on it in its immediacy, and that raises the serotonin through the roof. But as a filmmaker, it strikes fear in my heart, just the thought of a hide. And that's all down to its structure, how it's built. Some hides have a hardcore solid floor, which is great. It means I can support a tripod or any support for the camera, and it's stable. Most hides though, it has to be said, are solid wooden structures. Any reverberation from anybody in that hide is immediately reflected in my footage. I'm not talking about photographers. With their incredibly high shutter rates, it doesn't really affect them. But as a filmmaker, any movement, shuffling on the seat, banging on the shelf, just like that, or any walking, and immediately it's affecting the footage that I'm taking. And it always seems to happen at the best moments, the most important moments that I'm seeing out there. Incredibly frustrating. I want to scream out loud, of course I can't. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the environment we're in. There is something you can do though as a filmmaker. If you use Prem Pro CC as an editing suite, there is something you can do which will possibly help you remove some of those jitters, some of those reverberations. And I intended to use that after a trip out to Minsmere, where I went to a wooden tower hide and filmed Bittern. I knew the footage I was bringing back had lots of jitters. There were at least 15 people there, and they're all clamouring to see the bird. And it was an incredible noisy affair and an incredible shaky affair as well. So I hoped that on returning home, I could actually do something with this footage on my editing suite. Let's go back to the studio now and see what that is. So SD card in, I'm going to locate now the file that I want to take a clip from. This particular clip is the bittern skulking through the reeds from the top left down to the bottom right. Somewhere on this file, somewhere near the end, I think I'll find it. Somewhere just here, a little bit too far. There we go. Also though, removing the audio from this clip, that hustle and bustle in the hide, don't particularly want that on this particular clip, so I want to strip it of its audio. So I've cut at the start of my clip, just removing the beginning of the file, don't need that now, and then taking this clip to the beginning of the timeline. Let's have a watch, and if we can see. Yeah, there we go. It's a great clip, but clearly you can see there's lots of reverberation, lots of judder. This isn't usable. I couldn't use this on a film as is. A little bit more of a trim. Right, this is where the magic begins now. If we go to the top left, you'll find under the effects title, there's a search bar. Type into the search bar, warp. Immediately, you'll see that warp stabilizer comes up. If you just click and drag that onto your clip. So straight away, you'll see the blue bar pop up that says analyzing background, step 1 of 2. Well, it might say analyzing background, but please don't do any editing whilst this is happening, because it's a really heavy processing task for your computer. It's analyzing every single frame. In fact, if you look over here on the left, you'll see the percentage of the time left for this to be processed. It does take a while, but it's well worth it. So I'll jump ahead of time now, and as you can see, we're to 97, 98%. As soon as it reaches 100%, you get a nice orange bar across the screen that says stabilising. This doesn't take any time at all. The heavy work has already been done. As soon as that orange bar disappears, we can then go and have a look at the clip. Okay, so immediately we can see there's been a lot of work done to this clip. It really has been quite successful. There are a few aberrations still, a few jitters, a few quivers still. And that really is something out of nothing. I think to see this best, we need to see the clips side by side. So in the top left here, we've got the warp stabilised, and in the bottom right, we've got the original. You can really see the difference here. Again, not perfect, but definitely something I can use now. In fact, just quickly, let's have a look at another clip that I wanted to do. Again, a squawking bittern, but this time, really vast, quick reverberations. And as you can see, with this particular comparison, a brilliant job, really, really good job. I can't see any part of that particular clip I wouldn't want to use now. So with all the adjustments that I could possibly do using that warp stabiliser, here is the short film that I made that included that bittern and my trip to Minsmere last year. So I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into one of the dilemmas I have as a filmmaker. And it's quite a big one because I predominate nature reserves and most often I find myself in hides. So it's a biggie for me. I always look at the floor as soon as I open the door. That's all for this week, guys, for vlog 9. Really looking forward to vlog 10. Hope to catch you there. But for now, goodbye.